Hey guys, Dante here and welcome back to my channel, The Burgos Art. And welcome back to another Sunday night art stream. It has been quite a while since I've done a physical art stream such as here at the at the art table. I have a drawing table next to me and this is the work table, and beneath all this paper is absolute chaos, so don't worry about that. Doing a new setup, got my got a bunch of lights and stuff right here where the camera's at, so hopefully everything looks really nice. Now just stand with me for a moment as I also check my other feeds to see, once again, double checking that everything is hopefully going in correctly. Oof, excuse me. I need some water. Let me get some water. Okay. Okay, so the YouTube feed looks good. I don't know, the YouTube feed is out of focus. Nah, it's good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. So yeah, so brand new setup. I hope everyone's doing well. So let's, as I open up a peppermint dark peppermint chocolate snack for myself. Hope everyone's doing well. We are in December, and today was a cleanup day for me. Everything from the usual. I have to be an adult. I had to vacuum, vacuum and grocery shopping and mopping the house. But I also pulled down a bunch of Christmas decorations that had yet to be put up. Usually, you want to do that. I want to do that at the start of December, get a bunch of decorations up. But to do that, I have to first put away a bunch of stuff. So it's nice to get that up and going. I hope everyone's doing well for the holiday. I believe... did Hanukkah start? I want to say Hanukkah started already. But whatever holiday you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate the holiday, I just hope that winter has been well. The start of winter has been well for you. What to touch on before we keep going? Oh, reminder. My Tower Tomes are up on my Etsy page. That's the Burgos Art on Etsy. Tower Tomes, 3D printed. Open it up. And there is a cool dice tower and dice tray inside. There's like just a handful of these up on my Etsy page. So if you're interested, please check those out. As I drop my phone. So that's on the Etsy page. I also have an official The Burgos Art website. It is still underneath construction, but it is open to the public. So that's basically just a general gallery of a gallery of general projects I've been working on lately. Some portfolios that are more specific to things like this, because this brain is going to be sculpted for a short film. So I have film stuff, toy design, and of course, theburgersart.com has all the links to all the social medias, Instagram, Twitter. You can see them on the corner bottom right there. Those are all the social stuff. So let me eat this chocolate, and then we're gonna talk about this brain and what I've done so far with it and what I plan to do in the stream. 1 second. Let me also use my phone and get my the more anatomically correct reference for said brain. Random side note. Mama Burgos just sent a tweet to myself and the family Um, did you know there's a must-see media shower happening next week on Wednesday evening on the 13th? Promising 120 shooting stars every hour? What? Local stargazers say this cosmic event is worth viewing. They recommend viewing the Gemidus meteor shower. That's right, Gemidus meteor shower. From parks, beaches, or apartment rooftops. Obviously up high, away from the lights. This is apparently in the New York area. So yeah, the 13th, we're gonna have a meteor shower, and you could probably see it in the New York area. Or if you're a little further north, maybe you'll see it even better with less lights. So that's really cool. Okay, so there's our little brain reference. So, first things first, I originally tried to make a makeshift brain just using kind of your expandable foam, right? But I couldn't get the shape right. Like, I kind of started, but I couldn't finesse it enough. So instead, I took that failed foam brain and squished it and crushed it and stabbed it on this pole. It's actually the understructure for this. So waste not, want not. I then took strips. We are using plastilina sulfur-based clay. And I took strips and I semi-arbitrarily did a bunch of brain wiggles. They are mirrored. So I mirrored them best as I could. And I also did the little, the nuts, the little glands at the base of the brain as well. But arbitrary moving around with a few toothpicks stabbed here and there to keep it on the frame, on the foam frame, isn't enough. We are gonna go in here now and actually use the reference and try and get much closer to what we want this brain to look like, right? So shape-wise, we need to kind of do a nice hump on this side and a little like bulge here. So this needs to be rounded out and this needs to be rounded out. And the point of this is I'm going to make a brain and then using Mold Builder, we're going to make a I say really quick, but Mold Builder air dry. So we're going to make a pretty simple cast of it. The opening for which will be at the base, and I'll probably do a slit opening in the back. And then we're going to wrap that in plastic bandages, and then I could do whatever copies I want. The idea is, yes, to use, once again, expandable foam to do a light, soft copy. Some of you may remember that I took a cheap Halloween skull and I did this mold with the mold builder. There's a first layer very thin, second layer, third layer thicker and thicker. Gave it a very light, very thin plaster of Paris wrapping. And then whenever I'm doing a project that requires expandable foam, because once you use expandable foam, to be honest, the shelf life of that can is kind of garbage. So once I tried to use the foam to make the brain and it kind of failed, I pulled this old guy out and I started making, as I duck in front of the camera, some more of these guys. I have a whole bag. I just sprayed the expandable foam inside. I have a whole bag of like these skulls. Some of them have imperfections like this. I have to like fill the hole in and it kind of comes out. I have one that has a really cool bubbly foam that comes all around. Really fungus-like. I spray a little mist of water inside the mold because the foam reacts with moisture in the air. So to like kind of force it to expand, I spray a little bit of water. It's a give and take. But I have a whole bag of these because I use these because I just use these as understructures for small maquettes. So yeah, that actually works pretty well. My buddy Joseph Tessamim, aka Cryptorius Rex, I've convinced him to buy really cheap Spider-Man piggy bank. You know the ones. It's like a torso of Spider-Man and Batman. I told him to try and get a Spider-Man one or anything that has a general smooth. You know, it could be Deadpool or whatever. And I said to do the same thing. That way he could have a mold to do foam maquettes of that size, and he could sculpt on top of that. But yeah, that's a good trick for anyone. Just art store, mold builder, plaster wrap, plaster bandages, and some kind of structure. I just take this and jam it onto this pole, and I've sculpted a number of pretty good like little heads off of these. I have a whole bag of these guys now. All right, so that's enough preamble. Let's get right into it, guys. So I want to start. Where should we start? Maybe we should start by trying to pump this guy out a bit more. Yeah. So it ain't gonna be perfect, but we're all gonna get close to what the brain should look like. So according to the reference, right about here, because some of it is individual lines, some of them merge, but you have a nice bundle that kind of zigzags up. And then it connects to the back part. It all connects, but there's a good bundle that kind of zigzags by itself, and the back end merges. So we're gonna go with that. It's gonna be real pain just doing this the whole time. Just getting freaking little tubes. God, I hate the fact that every sniffle I make, it's like super loud on the camera. I apologize for that. Ideally, I want to get long, spindly tubes. That we could do one continuous, like, snake line all the way up. But yeah, I'm not gonna do what I did with the bigger sculptures where I do a plaster cast of this, because I'm gonna be using hard foam. Because the foam is lightweight, and then this is gonna be mounted onto, more or less onto a spine. That's also a bit lightweight. Okay, let's see. I feel like I should make these thinner. That way they have room to wiggle them around. I do have... That's the elephant in the room. I do have something like this. Which is good, and you attach certain like little heads on it, like they're like this Play-Doh, like those little Play-Doh toys, to get like thin strips. But this clay is pretty thick, and it, you know, you can only get so much. You can only put so much in here to get so much out. So it's better just to take the whole thing and just kind of wiggle it out into a line. Let's try something like this. backwards. You go there, you go here, and then there we go. So this clay I'm using right now, once again, it's old clay. This is my junk clay. There's like actual little bits of like debris and stuff inside this from previous projects. That's already building up the hump right there, which is good. Right now, it's a matter of just getting as much of the base shape, and then we could really carve into it. Like I am carving now into it, but it is meant to get. We get a stronger rubber tool. Shout out to my lovely sister for giving me this whole tool set of just like every kind of freaking sculpting tool you could think of. Okay, so right about here, there's like almost like two pills shapes. And for all I know, the reference I'm using could be absolutely wrong, but at least it definitely has a more natural look to it. This ain't no smooth brain. He is not a smooth brain. This and this also sculpted together. There we go. I mean, the final product of this, the brain's going to be covered in, you know, visceral stuff and gore and whatnot, but I still want the brain to look brain-ish, somewhat brain-right. Because then I could use it for future projects too. Part of me was thinking I should just buy a prop brain and then make a mold off of that, but then I was like, there's no guarantee it'll be the right size. I wanted to have it physically on me.
this. There we go. Merges into that. They talk about left brain, right brain. What side of the brain does artistic stuff comes from? What side of the brain does mathematics come from? And I always remember because it's like, I mean, I'm dyslexic, so the idea is not the idea, but they say that right writing comes from one side of the brain, mathematics comes from the other side, but apparently mathematics and art, mathematics and like visual learning is all on is all on one side. So like if you're good at, sometimes people who are dyslexic are good at math and are often associated also with art. But then again, I know plenty of artists who were like, I know plenty of people who are dyslexic, and they're like, oh, math was horrible for me, but they're still artists. Like it's, you never, it's kind of weird. You never really know for sure. Kind of forcing the kill. Okay, so this shape here is actually pretty accurate. Not pretty accurate. It's accurate enough to our reference, but from a side shot, yeah, it does look a lot better. So I want to build up this side. I want to build the sides now. So let's see. Let's arbitrarily, let's go with, yeah, this. Okay, so this is our cutoff on this side, which is why once again I tried to mimic it on both sides best I could. This one is this one. So this is our curve here that we're gonna work from here. Let's build up this part of the brain. There we go. So this seems to have a line that's going to go up. And then back. So we're actually going to have one line that matches this curve here, which is good. And then we'll have like a little guy here and a little bit of wrinkles in the bottom. Okay, we're good. That's good. Anyone, probably around my age, if you're like in your 30s or so, you might remember the first Fooly Cooly. Fooly Cooly, damn, was the Fooly Cooly? Yeah, Fooly Cooly came out when I was in high school, so it was like 2000s. I think it was early 2000s. And that was like, you know, the Fooly Cooly itself is definitely a coming of age story. And in they FLCL, Fooly Cooly, they definitely dealt with the idea of smooth brain versus the people who are intelligent versus non-intelligent. But the funny thing is, I think it's such a weird anime to describe. But there was like the one group claimed that the alien, the main character's semi not girlfriend, was there to iron out all of mankind's brain. It's a weird yet beautiful show. Fan this in, flan it. I don't want it to stick out too much. Okay. That curves. Thin that out. And curves. There you go. And this guy here has a whole little wiggle mess, so we'll figure that out. But it's this, but it remerges here, and it partially merges on top, right about here. Oh, shoot. Being too rough with the tools, look what happened. I mean, it's a rubber head. It's going to pop right out. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay, now I gotta mimic this on the opposite side. So it curves, bulges, turns, and then remerges with itself. This is gonna be a wiggly mess anyway, so I'll add some detail on that. If anything, I could probably just do it right here. This is kind of like, what is this? It just kind of like does this. Oh, okay. There we go. That's what that does. And then there's like a little line right there. I'm not too worried about the underside at the moment. I need a freaking tissue. I'm sorry. One moment. I'm sniffling way too much on camera. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm sure you guys heard me blow my nose from a distance. Right. Don't you go on me. There we go. So we start once again here. I'm gonna squish it flat, really get it in there. It's gonna bulge this way. It's gonna come out again, bulge that way a little bit, so like that. It's gonna like an S, more or less an S, an S. Go. Then it's going to come down and remerge with itself. Yeah. right here. Push that in. Like this side. This side came out better than this side. Needs a bit more. Needs like a wall. There we go. Then a little nub that sticks out, but it's cut here. So there's your nub. And it's merged here on top. Let's add more depth to that. Let's add some more clay on top of that. Okay, that looks much better. Just gotta finish up the nose, if you would. And my my phone just went to sleep mode, so I need to turn that back on. So right about here, I'm definitely struggling with the reference because there's so many little wiggly lines for everything here. This merges here. Right. So technically, there's something that should be merging here. But it doesn't merge into this little, almost like a skull face. See the little cheekbones and it doesn't merge this, but it does dip in here. So I could fudge it and just kind of merge it to the top of this. And we're gonna get a singular curve, and then we'll do another curve in front of that. So a lot of this could be like covered up. We're gonna fudge it a little bit. So that'll cover the top and the front, which really looks a lot better. And then we're gonna bulk out these sides. Yeah. And then from there, it's a matter of just really sculpting, line detailing, break it up. Maybe I'll add. Maybe then I'll gnaw it, make it gnarly, and add some like random veins and stuff that I kind of sit on top of that. So the idea is this brain is going to be on a spinal cord. So this is like a test, but I think it's going to work. So I saw this project a while back online. You take cups and you put they used those red plastic drinking cups, and they use ping pong balls. I use small little plastic shot glass cups with little plastic balls like that too. This only has 3 points, 3 wires on it. Ideally, you should use 4. So there's 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, 4 cup, 5, and 6. But 1, 2, 3, every 2, there is a wire going through a bead I glued onto it. It's kind of messy, but you could then, using this triangular random piece of plastic I had, I anchored the 3 cords, and this is kind of like a demonstration of what you could do with it. So you make something like this, and let's say you put like a latex over it or whatever, and you get these tendrils or whatever you want to make it. But in this case, I'm gonna see if I can attach some really lightweight foam and make this a obviously anatomically incorrect spine, like a neck. And we're gonna use the lightweight brain, put it on top, cover up all these messes, and that way we'll have like the brain just moving around on this twisting spine. That's the idea. If the spine project doesn't work, we'll just make a static rod with the spine, and the brain's gonna go on top of that. Okay. Yeah. So. Wedge that in there. This is actually going to be a big piece right here. Like this groove I just did should be the only groove that's in this. reference, because it's gonna go. Actually, a lot of this could come off. That's what I'm looking at. A lot of this. This should be curved upwards, so a lot of this should come off. Give me a second, guys. I need to take it away from the camera. Yeah, that's why it's throwing me off, because this should be much more narrow. All of this should be gone. Have to carve into the foam as well to really get rid of it. That's fine. There we go. Yeah. What else? What else? You need to go. I was using toothpicks, like I said, to anchor a lot of this stuff in. Okay, let me just merge this clay. The original base clay I used for the understructure. Let's merge this together. Just smear it all together. Then I can figure out what the next step is. Hmm. Once again, having trouble with the reference, trying to figure out what I'm looking at here. I feel, because I got a feeling, the reference shows like something like this crammed in here, and that's probably what it is. So I'm going to preemptively shape it. That way it's an indent and something. There we go. There we go. Move that away. And yep. That looks a lot better. Phone fell asleep. Come on, I gotta reset. I gotta set the screen lockout on this. And then down here, actually this this right here is actually perfect. This line that's already here. That's that. Yeah. We just need to, once again, really define the three-dimensional shape. There we go. Okay. Just gonna drag this up. The under structure doesn't bother me as much. I could completely make that up if I wanted to. But that looks much more like a brain shape. And once again, we're just gonna work now. See, so center going up to about here is good. Curving going this way is good. We just need to work on this guy. So this right here is our next spot on the map. Yeah. After I do the opposite side now. Rinse and repeat, but backwards. So it's doot, doot. It's a doot, 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 doot. So if I switch that around, forehand might be a lot easier for me. Okay, merge that. I'm gonna flip it anyway, so. Something like that. Let's see. Once again, gotta kind of fudge it and just cram it up in here. Merge that right there. Yeah, this one, gotta glue that back into place. That sucker's being a pain in the butt. Let's use a different tool. This guy. So another indent so it goes out. We're gonna have another indent right here. There we go. Sticking out a bit too much though. There's a lot on this. merge it at the base. Not a perfect mirror, I mind you. You can see it's kind of sticking out, like I said. Just trim this back a little bit. Come here, you. All right. It does have an indent right here. There we go. Okay, that's going to curve into it, so it needs that little curve. So, upcoming news, by the way. Upcoming news now. I'm making a list of all the conventions that are happening from here roughly into October. Because I'm getting back in. I'm going to try and go hard into the convention scene. I want to get maybe 4 conventions under my belt. I'm talking about conventions in which I have tables at, not just, have fun at, of course. So, Brooklyn Comic Con, I've applied to. Wait for them to get back to me. I've applied to an event called Cosmic Con. It's the 3rd annual Cosmic Con. So I'm gonna reply. I sent them an application. They replied to me. I just gotta get back to them. It's a 2-day event. It's small. I mean, okay, it's not small. It's new. It's only 3 years old. It's in like a hotel mall area. I have no idea how it's gonna go. But I want to do more conventions, more tables. So you will hopefully see me at more conventions selling my wares. I will be selling my little deholders and the little grapple claws, the little sculpted figurines I do, but they will be painted. I won't just be selling tabletop stuff for people to customize. I will be selling actual like pre-painted stuff. Speaking of which, I've also applied to Long Island retro gaming. No, correction, Long Island tabletop gaming. So that's also another thing to look for me at. I'll show you some of the objects in a minute once I get this front here. Once the front's done. Okay, so. Curves out, comes back, and rounds out. Let me thin this out even more. That's gonna nook right there. Nook, nook. That's gonna nook in there. And then ball right there. Right in there. Give me a second. Gotta pull this away. Add a little piece. Where are we at? Ah, that's why. You're too much. You shouldn't be there. And then merge it down here. Yeah. A bit much. What's your deal? Oh, this whole curve right here. Yeah, this little thing. This whole thing's probably gonna come out. When in doubt, take a knife. Good. Alright. Okay, so now I gotta work on all of this mass here. Notice how this side sticks out a lot more than that side, so we're gonna definitely start off by removing some of that, because I don't need that much material. Hit the camera, sorry about that. There we go. Same thing here. Collect all these little bits of clay that are all over the table now. few spots on top I want to fill in. Okay. See how it's sunken in here? So we're going to build these up better. But the majority of what we have is on point of what we want. Still need to get rid of some of this undercarriage. That way. Looks better. Yeah, so basically I'm building up as much accurate detail as possible. Then I'm going to go back in, not accurate detail, but accurate shaping. And then I'll go in there and define the detail. Even if defining the detail removes the accuracy of how a brain really looks. But just I still want it to be, close. I'm right now using my old digital camera. I'm hoping it looks like it's an okay focus. I don't really want to fiddle with it if I don't have to. Give me a second, I'm just adjusting. I'm gonna zoom in and see how that looks. Oh, I need a better table. I'm slouching. I need a shorter stool or a higher table because I slouch when I work. That does look better. Zooming in like that does look better. Okay, I want to once again define some of these edges better. Like that. This should come out more like that. There it is. Okay. Water. Time for water. That's charged. Okay, now we are going to, so right about here on top. What about here? These two little bumps right here is where we left off. Which is funny because this is, I can actually sculpt right now what I'm looking at. This merges into whatever's right here next to it, like that. That's a line. That's a line, but this merges. And then just gonna combine all of this here And then you have a dividing line like that and like that. Yeah, there we go. Bit messy in the center, but you get the idea. Let me grab it from the camera for a minute and just do a much better job doing that. Let me see, where's my reference? There we go. So these two little nodes that merge into this. I'm actually gonna make a cut here. I'm gonna go from, this is a dead end that then goes this way. And going, if it goes that way, let me see. If it goes that way, I'm gonna use that more or less to define some line over here. Oh, so I don't want to bring attention to it because that's what they want. They want attention. But there's like this weird trend now where like it was one woman, but it was one woman first with red hair, and then it was some other woman. It might be the same woman, just dyed hair differently. No, it was definitely two different women. Freaking streaming topless, but just enough where you couldn't see their chest. And people are like, "What is this? Like, what is this attempt at a new meta on freaking Twitch?" You know, it's I see it right up there with like the hot tub. Okay, actually, it's no, it's, I take that back. It's not as bad as the hot tub girls. But yeah, but like they're streaming topless with their nipples just out of sight. And like everyone, like gamers, artists, like everyone's like, what is this stupidity? What is going on? And then someone did something funny where they made their avatar naked to test, like to kind of test the system. So they made their avatar naked, their little digital avatar, their VTuber avatar, and did a video with them reacting to the girls in their video naked, and wanted to see which one got flagged first. I saw that video. That was kind of funny. Yeah, it's some weird thing now. People, you know. Let's be honest. Like, Twitch has a wide demographic, including kids, which is why they don't allow porn on Twitch. But someone's trying, man. Someone's desperately trying. Hmm. Okay, so we're doing a bit of a visual cutoff here. Okay, merge this. Push that in there. Merge that. Opposite side, same thing. Maybe a little bit more. I think someone said in response to it, I saw someone on Twitter say, imagine being so lackluster that you can't have an OnlyFans, so you make a freaking porn on Twitch. And to be honest, it's not porn. It's not. But just the idea of like, you can't make it with nude pictures anywhere else, so you decide to go to Twitch. But it's not porn, of course. It's not. I'm not gonna be one of those guys who's like, it's porn if it shows a nipple, it's instantly porn. But it's not meant for this website. That's the main thing. It's not meant for this website, people. Come on. Okay, let's fudge this. Let's merge these pieces together. Make this one piece. I'm gonna kind of cheat on that. Okay, are you guys still with me? I hope you are. Something happened and my stream stopped and restarted. And I hate when it does that because it always restarts literally at like, it makes a new stream. It doesn't just like pick up where I left off, which is what I hate. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. I'm just reassessing myself. Are we still live? What's going on? Yep. Sorry about that, everyone. It stopped and restarted. Looks like I'm going to have to combine that later on YouTube or whatever. Welcome to part 2 of Yummy Brains. Okay, so we're going to just power on and keep calm and power on. I do hate when that happens, though. Breaks up the flow, you know? Okay. Now, where were we? We were merging some patterns on top here. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. And we are doing a divide down the center. There we go. Okay, now we're trying to figure out how to move this all over here. How to move this here. This is our line right here. This is what we're filling in. That's kind of flat compared to that. Let's bump that up a bit. There we go. Much better. Oop, sprayed myself in the face. Okay, let's buckle down and let's figure this out. Let's figure out what the hell we're doing on the side, which according to this map is known as the parietal lobe. The parietal lobes, which is this part right here. Ugh, need more clay. Ugh. Old man grunt as I lean forward to pick it up. There's so much going on here. So here, it's like a wiggle that then connects on top of this. That's a pain in the ass. But I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna take this whole mass and just loop it, put it right here. Would it be better if I do a little bit of a little higher shot for you guys? Let's see. Are we still in frame? There you go. Just slightly angled. Yeah, now we're in definite like fudging it territory. But what you gonna do, you know? Let me duplicate that on this side. Yeah, cut that off right there. Where's my loop? Goes down. This needs to come over here. Merge all this together. Yeah, just freaking merge it together, all of it. And then I'll sink my finger right there. There we go. This music sounds like truly sounds like a Bob Ross video. Happy trees. Happy little brain. I want to push this up a bit more. It kind of sinks there. It should be tapered, not just like a indent. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, okay. We got the mass size going down. Okay, so we're gonna do, there is like a loop that happens here. So I'm just gonna fudge a big old loop here just to like round off the shape, and then here it wiggles. And then then there's pieces beneath it. Now I'm not too sure woman. See, my PC uses Wi-Fi. It's not wired directly. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's why I lost signal. Okay, I'm gonna merge all of this. I want to get a nice like a cohesive solid shape here. Really roll this out. So I'm working on a brain and a brain prop. Joseph Tesserman, Cretorius Rex, is working on a tendril arm, or rather, he's fixing it up. The arm was mainly done for the short film we're doing, but he's attaching the gnarly hand at the end of it. He is also working on a little crawly eyeball, a little creepy eyeball that like creeps across the ground. A little monster eyeball. So he's working on that. Should be, yeah, okay. Actually, you're rounded off. It's this side. There we go. That merged. And this is cut off like that. Yeah. Then there's a little nub here. And then we'll do some wiggly wigglies. Then I'm just gonna do an arbitrary like wiggle, and then there's like a little bit on the bottom that overlaps this this part of the brain. The cerebellum. There we go, cerebellum. Still want to add more here. Miss Cerebellum, duh. You know, from Powerpuff Girls. You know, from the original Powerpuff Girls. That was an amazing show. And the remake was just freaking internet memes. So I made a post online because they were talking about how like they kept trying to do this live action Powerpuff Girl with like these, you know, these like 20 somethings or whatever 30 somethings, and they were like, the original quote from the showmaker was like, it's gonna be cool and sexy and yada yada yada, and everyone's like, oh thank God that got canceled. The moment you're like, oh, it's gonna be Powerpuff Girls, cool and sexy, it's like, no, dude, keep that to like Twitter and odd drawings on DeviantArt. And I said, and I made a post on Twitter saying, if you're gonna remake if you're gonna remake and or continue Powerpuff Girls, you could aim the Kim Possible route, in which they're in high school. And like it's just a slice of life thing. Like they're still just like Impossible. They fight monsters and they don't have issues fighting monsters, but it's like the everyday life they have problems with. And I mean, that would be a cute show. You know, you could still like do a few like unique little gags here and there, and that'll be like the probably best way to do a Powerpuff Girls show that's not just weird garbage. Like, just make them like young teens. You know, make a few new side characters, make a few old side characters come back, and write them as like teenagers, and you know, lean into their differences. And I made that post, and someone was like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome," and I was like so excited. I was like kind of happy someone like agreed with me on that. Like, yeah, just go the Kim Possible route. You know, make it an action show. So make it an action show intertwined with a little bit of teen drama, but don't make it a teen drama. Just kind of, you know, mix and match. Put a piece here. Maybe do a nice big knot here, and that should work well for this side. Shake, shake, shake. I did buy. Let me flip this page over. I've shown it before. I did buy. It's like they call it a pasta maker. It's from Sculpting, the company Sculpting, and it's for like making thin, flat strips. It goes very thin. Like its starting point is a bit thinner than I liked, but it's still a good way to like knead the clay. It's a good way to like really break it up for what you need. soften it up. Let's see. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's put a bean in here. Put a curve in here that kind of bleeds into said bean. Do something like this. Yeah. Needs to be thicker. Like this needs to fill out more. We could do that. It's okay. Just put a that looks nice. Yep, I like that. You could probably go a little thicker on this tube right here. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Then, do some miscellaneous markings now. Do a line over here for no reason, just to kind of break it up. Like that. We'll carve all of this out probably. Maybe I'll just fill it in with some random bits of clay. There we go. All right. Whew. Almost there, guys. You have to repeat this on this side and then do something in the back. So let's start again with this, let's start with the foot. Let's start with Italy right here. All right. All right. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Okay, so we're gonna like that on this side. Just like that. Squish it in there. I just dropped a piece of paper. Once again, merge it with this. Like that. Flan you out a little bit, squeeze you in there. Yeah. Flan you out a little bit, squeeze you in there. Okay. I dropped a piece of paper, it doesn't really matter because it's not on camera anyway, but I want to put it on, pick it up. Okay, next, get the bean. Beans. The magical fruit. Okay, now is a big zigzag. Fake zigzag stuff I did. I merged it here. Make it nice and thin. Okay. So I did something like that. Right? And then I broke it off. So that's like that. And it went all the way to that, which is that. Let's see if that matches up at least. Okay, put you in there. That's him. Yep, right here. Yep, that was it. Push it back a little bit. There we go. Nice. All right. Okay, big old bean, and then we're gonna loop and connect to that big old bean. I keep my used dirty clay with little bits of plaster in it inside a churro container. If you have cats, you know what that is. It's literally just like kitty yogurt sticks. They love it. Reassess my lighting. That's better. Much better. Sit up straight, Dante. Stretch your back. Stretch your back. Oh, God. Still a bit of a wild west setup for my lights and everything, but you know, you have the lights, you have to plug them in. You have your camera, you gotta plug it in. There we go. Then I'll pull him down to merge right here. Yeah, perfect. And this all comes together. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? Don't you love it when the clay comes together? You're gonna come together like butt cheeks. Freaking Dave Chappelle. This is a bit further out than I think it should be. It should be pushed back. That's because this should be pushed back as well, this curve right here. So we're going to this curve as an outward curve. It's a bit of an outward curve, yeah. Okay. And do that. There we go. So this line is that line, just about. Then that's our zigzag. We're going to do a donut, which merges here as well. It's going to be a donut, which merges right there. see it kind of sticks out here weird. This sticks out too much. This is, why is that so thick? This needs to have a lot less of it. There we go, it's better. And if I want to, I can always pump it up a bit. Pump this one up to match it. Yeah. Pump it up. While your feet are stomping. Better. Much better. Okay. Curve this. Let's cut this out. Yoink. Right there. Okay. That's that. Flan this a bit more. Okay, so what's left now is just to wrap one up and come around. So that's wrap one up and then come around. And yeah, awesome, awesome. I am gonna add a little bit here to get that bit of a that hump in the brain just right. Okay, so right there. Okay, so right there. Up into it. Right? Curving back. Right? Curving forward. And that is this. I need to do a much more defined cut here. Stand by. I think the cerebellums are going to be pumped up a bit in size anyway. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Much better. And random striations just to kind of define the cerebellum. All right. Yeah. Right. Now for the ass cheeks. This won't be on camera as well. It's actually much more of a solid mass back here than I expected. So, just gonna kind of merge what I got so far anyway. Let's just put these all together. One giant shape. Someone's dog is barking. If you want to get a good laugh, very few people probably remember Arsenio Hall. Basically an actor, good actor, fun actor, funny actor. But he had a late night show. And he made a comeback in terms of like for a very short time he also brought back his own late night show. And I found a clip where he had like freaking Jim Henson. Like he had Jim Henson on his show, and that blew my mind. So Jim Henson's there with his puppet of Ralph the dog. And the thing about Arsenio Hall is that when you came out, people would go hoo 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 hoo, like they like shake their hands, and that was like the gimmick, you know, like you pump your fist, and so when Jim Henson came out with Ralph the dog, you know, he's playing Ralph. So as people are doing that, Ralph the dog starts barking back at them. And then he goes, "Nice to meet you, Ralph." And Ralph turns and goes, "Son of a bitch!" And just seeing the Jim Henson character, just seeing like Ralph the dog, just look at Arsenio Hall and call him a son of a bitch. It's like, no, it's a compliment. There's just something about that. Yeah, I think from here on out, once we get this, once I bump up the top a little bit with a little bit more layers of clay to get the general shape I want, so we have the math shape like that. That's good. I'll probably make this bigger to like get that drop off nice. This should be more rounded, so I'll probably do a little carving, get some roundedness in there. After that, yeah, it's just a matter of smoothing it out. Okay, let's see what's left. What am I trying to do here? Okay, that's interesting. It's pretty much just like a big mass with a little bit of wrinkles on this side. That's all it really is. Yeah, just something like this, really. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's just that. I'll do two of them. We'll cram them in there, and then we'll do a little carving. Then I'll probably make, like I said, I'll make these bigger. The cojones of the brain. The cerebellum is the cojones of the brain. What is that? I just realized. When I typed in test, it showed up as Reddit ticket 99 test. The hell's that about? When I do test, when I write the word test on my computer, it should read as the Burgos Art wrote down the word test. Very weird. Very, very weird. Okay. Ba-bam. Damn it, reference. Stop closing on me. I'm just gonna do a little carving in this. Yeah, the back end doesn't really matter too much in this shot as far as I know. But I still want to do a little bit of, you know, still gotta do a little bit of design work. And cram them in there. Roll this down. Same here. I don't want to overlap that too much. Roll that down. Come on, roll. There we go. A bit too thick. Just a bit too thick. Gotta move a little bit. That looks nice. A little rough on some of the edges, but it does look nice though. Alright, like I said, I want to pump up right here, because that's kind of bothering me. Let's fill in these two beans and then this kind of this overlap right here. My music stopped. Oh, there it goes. That looks better. put a bit too much on that. Okay. I meant to grab a different tool. I ended up grabbing the freaking knife. It's okay. It's a dull knife. It's not gonna hurt me. Yeah. Much better. This whole area is a mess, I mind you, but let me fill in a little gap right there. We should be good. Two little bolitas. Bam, bam. And I want to say that is a brain. Once again, lots of areas need to be smoothed out and cleaned up. Lots of little holes that gotta be filled in. But yeah. Gonna make these bigger. Gonna fudge this back. Fudge this underneath spot. But, come here. Yeah. Yeah, I think we could finish up just by adding some bulk onto this. And then at another point, I'll maybe off camera I'll go into going smooth and trying to better mirror the details on either side, and then I'll just start the process of molding it. But right now, let's finish it up. It is about 10:26 right now. Even though I had to split the stream in two parts because it just stopped. Because it just didn't connect well. We are still a good, 2.5 hours in. Hey, Red, good to see you. Good to see you, dude. Okay, yeah, now I see it, yeah. So I did write down test, and then someone else named Reddit88 wrote down test. So it wasn't a glitch. That was actually a different person. And thank you for joining me on that. Dude, I've been thinking about you, Red. I really have been thinking about you. I've been thinking of I was gonna call you today, but today was literally a take care of everything day. I had let the house go into somewhat of disarray, and I had to I spent the day just covering all my bases: the laundry, the dishes, the freaking grocery shopping, etc., etc. But it is good to see you, man. I hope everything's well. We need to meet up. The weather's still kind of going up and down temperature wise. We definitely need to take time to meet up. So what you been up to, man? Anything in particular? Any new things catching your attention lately? I know the Game Awards just went by. There's been a number of small events among the geek crowd. What's going on with you? Vampire Survivors. I'm not familiar with that one. There's several Vampire S games. There was like a Vampire S game that it looks like a Fortnite kind of version of Vampire. Something Blood. Or Bite Back. I think it's called Bite Back actually. I'm not familiar with Vampire Saviors. Ooh, indie game. Any particular style? I mean, I'll look it up eventually. But any particular style? Is it old school pixel or just a newer game? Ooh, I like that. You can't really go wrong with a little bit of Castlevania inspiration, you know? Uh, what's it on? Is it PC? Move around as in like, well, it's Castlevania, so it's not side scroller. Or is it one of those games where like you're in the center and you have hordes that's coming at you, and as you kill more hordes, you get more points, etc., etc. Let me see. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen a lot of games like that. Yeah, yeah. They're like super addictive because it's just like, it's like a time cruncher. Like the more time you spend in it, the more buffs you get. The more buffs you get, the more enemies come at you. Yeah, I've definitely seen games like that. Oh, this reminds me, man. I gotta get the DLC for the Ninja Turtle game. Because I unlocked Casey Jones in storyline mode. Um, and then I've been playing the game again in storyline mode with Casey Jones. Yo, jeez, what is happening? This is the second time we've lost the stream today. All right, refreshing. What is going on, man? Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. But yeah, Karai is in the DLC, or like a version of Karai, because that's the it's the '80s Ninja Turtle game. Uh, I know Yosagi Yojimbo's apparently in it as well. Ah, frick. I picked up the paper that's beneath my sculpture, just lifted as I lifted the sculpture, and everything went flying. Yeah, I definitely want to play it, mainly not just for new characters, but because more levels, more fun. I've been playing it on storyline mode, which I guess is more forgiving than straight up arcade mode. Yeah, I think Yosaki Yojimbo's in it. Dude, okay, you tell me. Dude, let me know. Like, every time my stream restarts, it does. Every time my stream freezes and restarts, it makes a new stream. Is that correct? Let me know. I gotta double check like how many videos are being created every time my stream goes funny. Yeah, from what I remember in the video for the DLC, I believe Yosagi Yojimbo's in it, Karai's in it. They have like a black and white stage. That's like meant to like resemble the original comics. Really, the time is continuing from it? Oh, thank goodness. So maybe it didn't restart. Maybe it just froze. But I do know this is a restart from the last one. Ah, my freaking... Always cut your nails before you sculpt. If you can just... You end up gouging pieces of the sculpture right out. I'm just gonna make up some stuff in the back to get this done. And I think, yeah, that'll be our main silhouette. Oh, I'm out of my bad clay. I might have to go into my closet and actually get some good clay. Oh, yo, so one of the other reasons why I was thinking about you, because I love you, is actually, as I mentioned earlier at either this stream or the one beforehand, I'm getting back into I want to get back real hard into the convention stuff. Going to conventions, yes, but also getting tables. I applied to 3 conventions so far, one of which I got to reply to them. I'm doing the conventions, of course, normally New York, maybe New Jersey area. I'll travel 3 hours if I have to. It's just the money on Long Island Railroad. It's freaking $30. It's like 90. God, my numbers are getting mixed up. It's $9, like back and forth. So by the time you do a 2-day convention, you end up spending like $30 to $40. But on my spreadsheet, I have a spreadsheet of every convention I've come across since like 2018. Even if the conventions have gone defunct, I have a spreadsheet of it, and on that spreadsheet is Too Many Games. Are you gonna be doing Too Many Games this year? Are you going to it? Yeah, this is not gonna be enough, but I'm just gonna put it on anyway. It'd be nice to take the trip. Like, if you're going, I wouldn't mind going. Like, I want to do conventions. I want to have tables at conventions. I want to, you know, do conventions as well. Like, I need to get back and I need to socialize, dude. I can't. I just can't do this anymore. I can't, like. I need to get out again, meet people again. I'm turning 39. I'm turning 39 this December. And as you know, as you know, because you know how it is. Like, I'm getting older, and I want to make sure I don't like fade into obscurity. I need to meet people, make connections, etc., etc. Yeah, that's the issue. I mean, some of the conventions are a little bit expensive here and there. I mean, I am burning money. I expect to burn money at these conventions when I have tables, that is. I expect to, maybe I expect to not make the table back. But it's something I need to do, something that I want to do. Since you're just joining now, you probably didn't see it, but I dropped some money and I have an official website now. So I have theburglesart.com. It is my website. And I was like I couldn't just mull over it anymore. I was like, no, I need to have a website that's like a more or less gallery website that still has links to all the social medias. I just had to create one. And I was telling our buddy Joe, I was like, it's worth the money to suddenly tell someone, yes, I have a website, you could go check it out. Like that, it feels good to say that. Okay, let me get where's that image of the front shot of the brain? This is a mess underneath here. Oh, with that said, dude, if you know about any small time conventions coming up, let me know. Like any like random conventions that are popping up, I don't care what they are. Let me know about them. Both as once again as a nice place to go to or as a place to apply for. I don't think I gotta check if Geek Fest is still happening. You would know about that. Whether or not that place is still doing conventions. I think that was my first convention that I had a table at. Just using the very last bit of clay I have at hand to fill in some gaps here and there. this little nub right here. Okay. I think that's it, guys. I also gotta get more clay. Anyway, gotta go into my closet and buy. Not buy. I gotta go to the closet gnomes and trade. But I think that that. I want to say that's it in terms of like. In terms of the mass, the shape. Yeah. Like I don't know if you guys can see that. So now it's a matter of just it's a matter of just like refining it, merging all the little gaps and spaces together. I think that's good, and it's the right size. It has a heft to it. It's the right size and everything. Underneath, I'm gonna definitely fudge that. I'm gonna fudge that, and we gotta carve out some of this expandable foam. But yeah, I'm gonna smooth this out eventually. Not tonight. I need to clean up. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt what I was saying. Red Spectre, what are you talking about? Let's see. Kind of expensive. Oh, Brooklyn Game Shack now, huh? Yeah. Geek Fest was fun. It was small. It was super cheap to have a table there, which is why I did it. I think it was like $75. Joe and I went. No. It was. Was it more than that? Shoot. It wasn't $75. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but it was cheap. And Joe and I shared a table. And I do wish it kept going. But yeah, next time, dude. Next time, Long Island Retro Gaming comes along, definitely make sure you go to that, because I mean, if you're going there to look for games, I can't say you know more what you're looking for. But if you're going there to just play all the games, my cousin went there with his son. We said hi to each other, and they spent the whole day just playing all the games for free. Like I think it's still a really nice thing, a venue. Yeah, a bit of a trip to get there. Long Island Railroad, you take a trip down there, whatever. Yeah, it's events like that, man. I need to get back into that. I need to do more things. I need to get out more. I need to stop being lazy. I'm just being too lazy. I need to just get out more often. Oh no, do you throw down? Do you throw down at these retro gaming conventions? What's going on, dude? Ah, I get you. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to find like that sweet spot. I get you on that. Okay. I mean, once again, that's one of the reasons why I like New York Comic Con, even though it's massive, because you still have sections of New York Comic Con which are just like nothing but comics. It's just boxes upon boxes of like old comics. Um, then you have like guys selling like old retro toys. You have guys selling new stuff. Like you get that nice blanket, It's not always perfect, but I totally get it. Like trying to find that sweet spot of like what you're looking for. I mean, that's kind of the thing, man. It's kind of the nature of the beast. You know, like, oh, when I was younger, these were cheaper. But yeah, but when you were younger, they weren't as old. You're getting older, the games are getting older, and they're charging more money for these older games. It just, time marches forward. Next time, if you hang out at my place, we gotta take a little walk over here to Fordham. Um, Fordham Road in the Bronx. Uh, because there are two retro game spots here. You might as well check them out. Oh, the imports. Yeah, but that's definitely something I know you're into, man. Yeah, you're trying to find like. Yeah, I get you. Trying to find the imports. Yeah, so apparently there's. Okay, so I know for sure that of one retro game store, but I think there's two on Fordham. I forget what I always forget what the second one is at. One is like right off of Fordham and Grand Concourse. Kind of hidden by this one church that's there. I don't know what kind of church it is. Korean church. I don't know. It's some church that's there. It's like it's kind of tucked in the corner. But there's another one somewhere in Fordham I went to a while back. I just don't know where. See, I was gonna end the stream and do these fine details later, but I'm having fun talking to you, dude. I miss you. Oh, hey, I noticed that Kitty D's getting back into streaming more. She's getting back on the boat. I make it a habit when I look for art streams I have my settings set to least viewership. So I make it a point to like look for people who have little viewership, at least while they're streaming, because sometimes those people will also have fewer followers. I made it a habit to like give some support to the fellow lower number streamers. All right, guys and ghouls. I'm gonna call it a night. Red, thank you for jumping in at the last minute. We definitely need to talk more. I want to, touch base and just see what's going on. And just, dude, I don't care if you just want to walk around Manhattan for a while. I'm down for walking around. I'm down just to get out for a bit on the weekends. Because I cannot, just crash on weekends and do nothing anymore. I need to get out while the temperature is still reasonable. And, yeah, just, we could window shop for all I care. I need to do that. And to everyone else, anyone who's watching this later on Twitch, be aware that you can also find the saved videos over on my YouTube channel. All the old streams are on the YouTube channel, as well as a few tutorials and, just pre-scripted, funny, goofy videos. Check out theburglethought.com for my just a general gallery of recent stuff and links to all the different social medias. And once again, check out my Etsy page. I have a small handful of my tower tomes for your dungeon needs, as well as a few of my original sculptures. You could miniature sculptures for tabletop that you could buy, paint, customize as you wish, and a few painted prints from video game and other fan art franchises. And I think that's it. So, yeah. Once again, I am Dante. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future. Later.